Alright, hey everybody, it is Monday evening, it's time for Weather Geeks. Hope you had a good weekend and could get outside a little bit on Sunday. Even though it was really windy, it was sure nice to feel that 73-degree air in the afternoon with a fair amount of sunshine as well. This was after we had some rollicking storms at times. Saturday and into parts of Saturday night, we actually were under a severe thunderstorm watch for a time on Sunday, but it turned out to be kind of a bogus severe thunderstorm watch. The threat was quite a bit to our east, so we dodged the bullet the second half of the weekend as far as thunderstorms went, although the wind gusted as high as 51 miles per hour. At the airport, over the last month, it's been pretty wet. March will go into the record books as a wet one, that is for sure. You look at the legend up here, when we get into these deeper reds, 5, 6, even 6+ inches worth of rain, fairly common across our area over the last 30 days. It's been a pretty impressive amount of rain, and at the airport, we picked up 0.9 Saturday, 0.83 on Sunday. Certainly there were some localized amounts that were quite a bit higher than that. That puts our number at the airport up to about 5 inches for the month, about 2 inches or so above the average for the month of March. And look at how many wet days we've had in the last couple weeks. Now, some of these days, it was just trace. It's not like it was an all-day rain or anything, but, you know, even if you count trace amounts, there were still several days where we had legit measurable precipitation at the Youngstown Warren Airport since about the 12th of the month. So yeah, second half of the month, pretty soggy, but what a difference a day makes. Cloudy, gloomy looking day today on our time lapse from Columbiana, and gusty breeze made it feel even cooler than it actually was outside. We'll talk about temperatures in a moment, but as of this recording at 6:30 in the evening, we had little bits of light rain and drizzle and sprinkles here and there. Generally, this threat will continue as we head through the evening. This is all under kind of an ocean of stratocumulus and stratus clouds as low pressure continues to pivot up towards Lake Ontario, Toronto, and Ottawa. That's bringing in that low-level moisture. And while it's bright and sunny this evening down towards Huntington and Charleston and Morgantown and down towards the Ohio River, around here it is just clouds. And yeah, big change. 24 degrees colder than the 6 o'clock hour yesterday. Now when you factor in what our highest temperature was yesterday, it's about 30 degrees cooler at this hour than the warmest temperatures we had on Sunday. All right, let's blitz through the next few days. This is pretty easy. Showers here and there this evening, maybe some spots of drizzle and sprinkles overnight tonight. And then finally some changes by Wednesday. Now Wednesday's going to start out just as gloomy as today and tomorrow, but notice the clearing up towards Toronto, Buffalo, Rochester as we go into Wednesday morning. That's what's coming our way Wednesday afternoon. The sun's going to break out, and once the sun breaks out Wednesday afternoon, things are looking up for the end of the week as high pressure builds across. Nice stretch of weather coming up Thursday, Friday, and into the first half of the weekend. Good news for those who have pretty waterlogged yards after the deluge that we had at times over the weekend. Temperatures respond nicely to that sunshine, back above average by Thursday by a degree. But about 5 degrees above average Friday, and I think it's going to be a very nice start to the weekend on Saturday before the next chance for showers on Sunday. But that Sunday shower chance is really the only quote-unquote wet-looking day we have over the next 7, even though, again, tomorrow will be fairly gloomy. Our long-range thoughts have evolved, that is for sure. You know, just when it looked like it was a lock that we would finally have a legit cool spell in early April, and I mean like the kind of a pattern that we really haven't seen consistently since November. Just when you thought that was a lock, over the last few days, really over the weekend, the models started flipping again and reverting back to the same old pattern we've been in for the winter season and really the bulk of the last couple of years, with a few exceptions. And that means that the colder weather is now going to be centered out west again. As a result, it's good news, but I'm surprised how fast the models flipped on this idea. And so now early April, instead of being a legit chilly period, is looking like it's going to be fairly mild. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be in the 70s and 80s every day, but a fairly mild looking pattern for the first 10 days of April. And this is completely the opposite, really, of what we were thinking as recently as late last week. The models really changed their tune over the weekend. And also, you know, this does not look very wet to me, at least for the next week or so. Beyond that, a little hard to say at this point, but for at least the next week or so, this looks like a pretty benign pattern. So you see this reflected in the 8 to 14 day outlooks put out by the Climate Prediction Center today. East of the Rockies, same old song and dance here, showing a lot of warmer than average temperatures in the medium range around here. And again, this is a big change. Tonight's run of the European weeklies did show some cooler risks later in April, but you know, it's just, you just almost want to just disregard any modeling that shows a cooler pattern in the longer range, because with very few exceptions, that longer range cool has just been fool's gold. It's shown, and then as you get closer and closer, it disappears from the modeling, and the modeling just wants to revert back to the same pattern that we've been in for, you know, pretty consistently, months and months on end, really, with a few exceptions like we had in November and last March. This March, of course, has proven to be much warmer than last March. All right, that'll do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks, the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. I'll see you back here on Tuesday.